Moja the Lion Goes to the Dentist by Jean Chaffee. Moja was a friendly little lion cub, and he came to the zoo when he was only 9 weeks old. The zookeepers fell in love with him, and they gave him an African name, Moja, which means number 1, because he was the king of the jungle. Moja lived in the zoo nursery where he had a warm bed to sleep with lots of toys. He drank milk from a little baby bottle. Every day, curious visitors peeked into the nursery window to see the furry lion cub. The zookeepers loved to play with Moja. They wrestled with him and they threw balls for him to chase. Because Moja was little, he didn't hurt anyone. But then he started to grow, and one day Moja scratched the zookeeper's arm while they were playing. "Ouch, that hurt!" cried the keeper. The zoo director, Doc, he said, "No more playing with Moja. He's too big and he's too strong, and his claws are very sharp and dangerous." Not long after that, Moja was moved into the big lion's cage. He liked being close to Chopper and Alice and other lions. He roared as loud as he could to show how big and strong he was. "Roar," said Moja proudly as he shook his head from side to side. One day, Doc noticed that Moja was very quiet. He didn't eat his dinner, which was very strange for Moja. He lay on the ground rubbing his jaw. "What's wrong, Moja? Do you have a toothache?" asked Doc. Doc gave Moja a checkup. He looked in his mouth and saw that Moja's front fang was black. It looked bad. It must be hurting, thought Doc, and he called a dentist in right away. The dentist came to the zoo to examine Moja's tooth. "Yes," he said, "that tooth looks very bad indeed. Moja needs to come to my office for x-rays." So he made an appointment for the lion to come to his office. The zookeepers got Moja ready for the trip to the dentist. Doc gave Moja some sleeping medicine, and when he was sound asleep, the keepers wrapped him up in a net. It took 5 zookeepers to lift Moja into the van. After he was loaded and strapped securely, they began to drive away. They drove very slowly and carefully because they did not want to get into an accident. The dentist waited for the van to arrive. When they arrived, the zookeepers lifted the lion out of the van onto the gurney. They pushed the gurney down the walkway to his office. Can you see the gurney? And there's the net. It was Halloween day, and people were staring out the window as they passed by. "Mommy, is that a real lion?" "Oh no, it's just someone in their costume." "I don't think so. It looks like a real lion to me." The dentist rolled Moja into his x-ray room. He opened the lion's mouth as wide as he could to check all of his teeth. Zap went the x-ray machine. Zap, zap, zap. The dentist took lots of x-ray pictures. "Yes," he said, "this tooth is decayed, and it is also cracked." Moja was only 11 months old, and he still had baby teeth. The dentist knew he was going to have to pull it. "I can save it though," he said. When Moja was in the exam room, he began to twitch and yawn. The dentist ran out of the room yelling, "Yikes! Give him more sleeping medicine! I do not want him to wake up while I'm pulling his tooth." When the tooth was out, the zookeepers rolled Moja back to the van. Moja snored loudly all the way to the zoo. "Don't even think about waking up, Moja," said the zookeeper sitting in the back of the van with him. When Moja woke up, he was in his cage at the zoo, and he was confused. As he looked around and he said, "Was I really at the dentist's office, or was this my imagination?" One thing he knew for sure was that his tooth did not hurt anymore. He opened up his mouth and he stuck out his tongue in the hole where his tooth had once been, and he flashed a great big smile. He was happy to be home again. There's a real picture of Moja when he was little, and here's one when he was bigger at our Chaffee Zoo. The end.